Handicapper Steve here, handicapping in the racing from Churchill Downs here on Thursday. It is June 28th, 2018. Gonna look at the third race from Churchill, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Today's third race from Churchill, it's allowance optional claimer per $64,000. This race is for 3-year-olds which have never won $8,900 three times on the main claim starter or restricted racer, which never won a state-bred race on the turf, or which never won blah 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 blah. We have a field of 8 horses. The 8 horses are main track only, so 7 could go the distance of ground here of 1,100 meters, or the distance of ground of 5.5 furlongs on the Churchill turf course. 1,100 meters, 5.5 furlongs, turf. A new distance they started earlier this meet for they're testing it out for the Breeders' Cup, which will be in town in early November. At this distance, they'll be running the inaugural juvenile turf sprint. They'll also be running the regular turf sprint at this distance in the fall, so that's going to be good. But in this race, you have a horse that could maybe end up in the turf sprint later in the fall. That's going to be the 6th horse, Will Call. He's done well so far this year, and he's a versatile horse. He'll be my top selection here. I'll go 6-1. 2-3 in the superfecta. 6-1-2-3 super. Top selection here, the 6 horse Will Call. 6-5, 4-year-old colt by Country Day. Sean Bridge Mahan is on this one. His most recent out came on the 4th of May at Churchill. 5 furlongs in the grade 3 turf sprint. This horse won by 1.25 lengths that day. Changed tactics that day. Usually comes from the front end, but came from the back end that day. Had a decent turn of foot at the end with a little bit of pace meltdown and just won very nicely there. Before then, the Shakertown at Keelan on very soft ground, 5.5 furlongs, April 7th. Horse finished 9th by 13.5 lengths. He's a firm ground specialist. He just never handled the ground. It just wasn't his day to win. And then 2 months earlier, 6 weeks earlier, 17th of February at the Fairgrounds, 5.5 furlongs and a Colonel Power. This horse finished 2nd by half length behind Holding Gold. This horse from the outside broke on top, set the pace up until about the wire, and then this horse got overtaken, but he ran his heart out there. And then before that, the Fairgrounds, 5.5 furlongs, Obsolete Claimer. Horse won by 2.5 lengths, sat back early, but got the lead and then took off clear in the end. Like I said, I like this horse a lot here today. Very versatile, and I think that's a good thing for this horse, so watch out. So to recap my bets for today's third race from Churchill, I'm going to go with the 6 horse Will Call. I'm going to go 6-1-2-3 in the superfecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5.